All right, so what's up, guys? So we are out here on another run. Oh yeah, and that was extra long because we feel great today, yeah. And we feel super disciplined, right? We love our craft, right? Our craft is to run until our legs fall off, and we are committed to that. We are disciplined. We want to do that to our heart's content. And you know, for you probably want to become disciplined as well in whatever it is that you're doing, right? Not only just running and fitness and stuff like that, but you want to have more discipline in other areas, right? Some that make you money, some, you know, for your own personal goals, whatever that may be. And for you today, we're going to talk about 4 ways you can become more disciplined. Well, boy. So starting off with number 1 is to plan out your goals, right? Write them down, put them on a piece of paper, work on them, because from that you'll have a hard copy of whatever it is that you're doing, right? You'll have, you know, there's a saying almost in legal jargon. It's like, if you didn't write it down, it never happened, right? Those events that happen in your life, right? Those planned occurrences, right? Whether it is, you know, to go work out, you know, this Thursday of May or whatever month you're in, you gotta have it written down, right? As a, you know, event that took place, because when it happens, you can look back on it and show it as proof that you have a you know, written format of it, right? Anybody can go through, look at it. They don't simply have to just take your word for it. And for you, when you do that, it keeps you on track, right? For your goals, it keeps you, you know, knowing what you have to do, right? And understanding what it is, because if not, if you don't have a plan, you'll get lost. Essentially, you won't know where it is that you're going, where it is that you want to go, and you know, you might forget to do a bunch of stuff that you were supposed to do, or at least you wanted to do. And you know, for you, right, having that schedule, right, having that written plan will make, you know, it much easier for you to become disciplined, right? To stay, you know, on it, you know, continue with whatever it is that you're doing. And you know, from that, right, you'll be able to add more and more stuff, right? Add more and more boxes of different goals that you have and take them off once you do them. And from that, you know, will be on the fast track, you know, to success, right? To achieving things that you want to achieve that require that discipline. And you know, another tip in order to get more discipline, because you want to do that, is to, you know, get a buddy, get a mentor, get someone there, you know, to push you towards your goals, right? To keep you on track, right? To ask you, you know, it could be as simple as someone asking you, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? Right? Putting that, you know, question in your ballpark, and it makes you stop and think, how am I truly feeling today? Right? Because a lot of people, at least, you know, for me, I have goals for my well-being, right? I want to feel great about myself. I want to be happy. And, you know, if someone asks me, how's my day going, how I'm feeling today, I am going to stop back and think and reflect, right? And I want to be honest. I don't want to lie and tell them, you know, my day's awesome when it's not, because, you know, I'd be cheating myself, right? I wouldn't be on course. And oftentimes too, when you're lying like that, people can notice. They can see when you're truly meaning what you're saying, especially people that have known you for a long time, people you grew up with. So when you're finding these mentors or simply people there to help you, try to find someone who's known you for a very long time, who knows what your tendencies are, because it'll make it so much easier for them to adapt to what it is that you want to do and keep you on course. Because you know, everyone is different. Everyone has their own little quirks. And, you know, the longer it is that you know somebody, or even that you know yourself, you're gonna figure out things about you that you didn't know was before. So having someone like that to support you and essentially push you in the right direction is gonna help you be more disciplined. And that brings us to number 3. And number 3 is, you know, to find your inner purpose, right? Find your meaning, why it is that whatever it is that you want to do, right? Say you want, you know, to get a six-pack, right? You gotta stay. Everyone knows that you need discipline to get that six-pack, but in order to stay on course on your journey, you gotta stick to your why. Why is it that you want that six-pack? Is it to impress girls? Is it to, you know, hey, what's up? Is it to impress your family, impress your friends, or whatever it is? Right? You gotta have a reason why, and you gotta have layers to that. You know, arguably, if you just use that reason, oh, I want to impress my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you have, right? That might be very thin and shallow and surface level. So for you, you might want to expand upon that, right? Find, you know, deeper meaning behind it. Deeper meaning behind you wanting to impress your mother, your father, or your family members, right? Because for some, you know, they grew up overweight, right? They wanted to turn that around. I know for me, that was one of my motivations, right? I was always the overweight kid. I was never happy with my weight. Other people noticed that. My family noticed that as well. And as I started working out, a big driver, you know, within my fitness journey became, you know, was, you know, my parents, right? Wanting to show them what I can do with my life, right? How I can improve myself and make them proud. And, you know, striving for that made it so much easier for me. I, you know, would go to the gym, you know, with my family on my mind. And when it would get tough, when, you know, it would seem like I'd have nothing left, you know, I would stay on course because I would think about them and all my anxieties, all my worries, all my fatigue would, you know, essentially seem, you know, small in comparison, right? Because you want to have these big goals and big ambitions that seemingly overshadow the doubts and the criticisms and the hesitations. So, you know, for that, you gotta find your reason why, right? Your purpose. What is it that is pushing you, you know, to go for that? And, you know, from that, you will get there, right? You will stay disciplined. And we're gonna cross the street real quick and not die. But, you know, you get the gist of it, right? With those 3 reasons. So, you know, now, in reason number 4, and we have voice cracked a little bit because we are kind of low on breath. Come on, we gotta condition better. But, you know, reason number 4 in, you know, staying disciplined, right? Staying on course is to, you know, find, how do you call this? Like find, like become a student. And so it's always have, you know, ways to learn, right? Always be studying the game, studying the craft, right? Because that curious nature will keep you glued to whatever it is that you want to know, right? Imagine that curious kid sitting in the front of the class, always asking the teacher a billion questions, right? Because that kid wants to know the ins and outs of the subject, right? Whatever it is, physics, biology, you name it, right? And tell me that this kid, that kid who asked all the questions and was curious, tell me that they didn't, you know, weren't at least one of the most knowledgeable kids in that area leaving that class, right? They were able to pick up that information and stay, you know, motivated, to succeed on the course. And you know, for you, if you weren't curious, you simply wouldn't care about it. You wouldn't want to stay, focused on whatever it is that the teacher was talking about. You'd simply get bored, right? In order to keep, going, stay engaged within that lecture, you have to, be that curious kid, Curious George. And, I'll tell you this, right? If you, love video games, right? I grew up loving video games and sports. A big motivating factor in you wanting to do those activities is your curiosity, right? You're simply curious about those areas. You want to know about them. You want to figure out what it is about that Call of Duty game, right? That was one of my favorite games. I want to figure out what it took to be successful in that, what it is, to go up in the leaderboards and ascend in the rankings, right? If I didn't have that, I wouldn't stay disciplined playing the game for like 8-10 hours a day, but I was. So, for you, figure that out, right? Take notes from that. Learn about the curious nature, right? And its ability to keep you disciplined, right? Keep you focused on your tasks and your goals, right? Keep you grounded. And with that, we have, the 4 reasons or 4 ways you can stay disciplined and, achieve your goals. Stay on the path, stay on the journey. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And that's it. We say thank you and goodbye.